The name of the assessment is Dynamic Loewenstein Occupational Therapy Cognitive Assessment for Geriatrics or Dlotca G. It is designed by Naomi Katz, Sarah Everbirch and Asnat Barheim Erez in Loewenstein Rehabilitation Hospital of Israel in 2012. The purpose of this assessment is to assess cognitive performance with elderly ages 70 and above. The goals of the assessment: first, to identify the abilities and disabilities of the individual subjects in the different areas. Second, to measure learning potential and recognize thinking strategies through the use of dynamic assessment. And third, to identify the level of awareness of the subject to his condition and cognitive disabilities.
The duration for this assessment approximately 30 to 45 minutes, and target population is elderly ages 70 and above, dementia, TBI, CVA, degenerative disease, psychiatric disease. For subtests, Dlotca G is a battery consisting of 24 subtests in 8 cognitive areas, which is orientation, awareness, visual perception, spatial perception, praxis, visual motor construction, thinking operation and memory.
Validity. Construct validity. Findings are similar to the results of the validation study for the Dlotca for adults and support the use and benefits of the dynamic version. Using Mann-Whitney U-test, we calculated means and standard deviations for each group's performance on all subtests before mediation. We found significant differences on most of the subtests before mediation, p-value less than 0.05, on which healthy control participants perform better than stroke clients. Katz, Everbirch and Barheim Erez used 2 sample t-tests to compare the performance of the healthy control participants and stroke clients on the Dlotca G domains before and after mediation and levels of mediation and performance. For all the domains, significant differences existed between the groups before mediation.
For content validity, which is face validity, Naomi Katz is Professor and Director from Research Institute for Health and Medical Professions, Ono Academic College. And the second one is Sarah Everbach, which is Director of Occupational Therapy Department, Loewenstein Rehabilitation Hospital, Rana, Israel. And the third one is Asnat Barhaim, which is Faculty Member, Department of Occupational Therapy and Research Institute for Health and Medical Profession, Ono Academic College. For reliability, which is internal consistency, the alpha coefficient level in each area was found to be high, except for the memory domain. Memory domain include 3 subtests that assess 3 different aspects of memory, which may explain the low internal consistency.
Inter-rater reliability. Inter-rater was performed between 3 pairs of raters for 10 subjects in the different testing locations. Results showed high correlations between all pairs for the domains R value equals to 0.98.
Component A. Orientation. 1. Orientation of place. Instruction for examiner. The examiner asks the client the following question. If client does not answer, examiner provide 3 options to choose from. The correct answer, 1 answer close to the correct answer, and 1 answer far from the correct answer. If the question is unclear to client, it should be clarified by using simpler terminology. Now, I will ask you some question about orientation of place. Where are you now?
I'm at the hospital.
What city are you in right now?
I'm right now Puncak Alam.
Where do you live? Tell me the exact address.
I live in Kota Baru.
Where were you before you came into this room?
I come from my house.
Okay. 2. Orientation of time. Instruction for examiner. Examiner asks client the question below. If client has language or memory impairment and does not answer the question, examiner gives client 3 options from which to choose from. The correct answer, one answer close to the correct answer and one answer far from the correct answer. If the question is unclear to client, it should be clarified by using simpler terminology. Next, I will ask you some question about orientation of time. What day of the week is it today?
Today is Sunday.
What month of the week is it today?
I think April.
What year of the week is it today?
Year 2017.
Okay. What season of the year is it now?
Summer.
Okay. What time is it now?
It's 12 p.m.
How long is it since you came to the hospital?
I don't know.
Okay, let's try this. I will give you 3 options. Okay, you choose for you to choose. Okay, you choose only one answer. Okay, for A, answer A. For last 6 months. Answer B, last 1 year. Answer C, last 2 years.
Last 6 months. Component B, awareness interview. B, awareness of reason for hospitalization or assessment. Examiner asks, why are you in the hospital? What happened to you? Or why have you come for this assessment? If client cannot give the reason for hospitalization or assessment, asks, did you have a stroke or head injury? Is there another reason? So, why are you in the hospital? I don't remember. Then do you remember what happened to you?
dengan objek.
Fall. Then, do you know why you have come for this assessment? Don't know? Okay. So, did you have a stroke or head injury?
Head injury.
And is there another reason? No? Okay. 4A. Awareness of cognitive impairments. Asks, how is your thinking and your memory? Have you noticed a change in your thinking or your memory lately? How is your thinking and your memory? Have you noticed a change in your thinking or your memory lately?
I forgot about certain things.
Such as?
Forgot my daughter's name, how to cook, date and time sometimes.
Okay.
Memory Subtest Part 1. Component of a famous personality. Now, I will ask you some questions about famous personality. First, I would like to show you this picture. Tell me, who do you see in this picture?
Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. He was a former Prime Minister of Malaysia.
I want you to remember this person because later in the test, I will ask you again, alright? Component of a personal possession. Now, I will ask you some questions about personal possession. Can I have your personal possession? I hide this object here. Later, I want you to remember and point to the place where I hide it. Component of everyday object. Now, I will ask you some questions about everyday object. I'm going to show you 5 objects, one after the other. I want you to tell me the name of the object when it is presented. And I want you to remember those objects because later I will ask you which object you have saw before.
Toothbrush, sock shaker, key, ring, candle.
This memory subtest is examined 20 minutes later. If client in the middle of the test, let him finish the task and then go on with the memory subtest.
Okay, now we move to visual perception. What is the name of this object? Check. What is the name of this object? Scissor. What is the name of this object?
Glasses.
Shoes. Okay. We move to figure ground. What is drawn on the card?
I don't know.
Pay attention. What is drawn on the card?
I don't know.
How many items do you see on the card?
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's incorrect. Try again. There is less.
4.
Point to the items you see on the card.
This one and this one.
Okay, now what is drawn on the card?
Banana, pear, and apple.
Okay. What do you see in the picture?
Telephone. And this one I don't know.
Pay attention again. What do you see in the picture?
Telephone.
Okay. Point to the small photograph in which you see an item similar to the one that appears in the big picture. Which one? Okay, now point to the small photograph in which you see an item similar to the one that appears in the big picture. Okay, now what do you see in the picture?
Telephone, fork, and hammer.
Thank you.
Component E, Praxis. 11. Motor imitation. Instruction for examiner. Examiner sits opposite client and demonstrate the position. Examiner should assume the position quickly, remain in the position for about 3 seconds, and then return to a neutral position. Examiner then asks client to assume the position. Client should assume or correct a position that he assumed within 5 seconds. Next, we move to practice subtask. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate a position, and after I finish, I will like you to do the same as if you are looking in a mirror. Okay, you start now. Utilization of objects. Instructions for examiner. Examiner show client appropriate object for each task, asking client to perform certain action with the objects. Client is required to perform the task within 60 seconds of receiving the object. Performance time should be recorded even when the time taken exceeds 60 seconds. If client fails to perform one of the tasks or does not perform within 60 seconds, examiner begins mediation using cues for that task in a given order and as needed. Next, for utilization of object, I will give you 4 tasks. First, I would like you to show how you use this object. Okay, good. Next, I would like you to show how you can get 2 equal parts. Next, I would like you to show how you send a letter. Do it again. Good. Lastly, I would like you to remove the tags and give them to me. Do it again. Wonderful. Good. 13. Symbolic actions. Instruction for examiner. Examiner asks client to demonstrate 4 symbolic actions without using the objects. Client must start performing each action within 5 seconds from the time he is asked to do so. If client is unable to demonstrate the action in the given time, Examiner begins mediation using the cues. The cue that enable client to perform the task should be scored. After the mediation, examiner asks client to perform the original task again and record his performance. Only then, examiner proceed to the next item. Next is a symbolic action. Okay, now I will ask you to do some action without using object as if you were using them like in pantomime. As soon as I explaining what to do, start performing the action. Okay, you ready? Okay, first, show me how you brush your teeth. Okay, good. Next, show me how you use key to open a door. Okay, good. Next, show me how you slice a bread and put something on it. Okay, good. Okay, next, show me how you use the telephone, including lifting the receiver, dialing a number, and bring receiver to your ear. Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to continue for visual motor construction. For first part, copy geometric form. I am going to show you cards with 3 shapes. Copy each shapes on the paper. Tell me when you finish. Copy again. Pay attention.
Finish.
Now you did it correctly. Please repeat it one more time so that I can be sure that you understood.
Finish.
Okay, next, reproduction of a two-dimensional model. Build this pattern beside the design picture. What you build should be the same as in the picture. The pieces you need are in front of you. Tell me when you finish.
Finish.
Pay attention. This is what you did. Try again.
Finish.
Next is pegboard construction. Construct this pattern on the board with the pegs. It should be identical in size and position on the board as it in the picture. Tell me when you are finished. Attention! Don't rush. This is what you did. Try again.
Finish.
Next part is colored block design. Okay, build the design with the blocks. Tell me when you are finished.
Finish.
Okay, next part is reproduction of a puzzle. Build the puzzle on the picture. Tell me when you are finished.
Finish.
Pay attention, don't rush.
Finish.
Okay, next is drawing a clock. Fill in the numbers of the clock and put the hands at 11:10. Tell me when you are finished.
Finish.
Thinking operation. Client must complete each subtask in the session within a maximum of 2 minutes. Subtask 20 categorization. If client does not complete the subtask making 2 correct groupings within the given time or stops before the allotted time is up, he is given 2 more minutes, 4 in total. Client will receive score of 5 if completed in 2 minutes. Score of 4 if he did it correctly but in 4 minutes. If client goes beyond the time or stops because he does not know what to do, examiner begins mediation. Show you a few pictures. Look carefully. Okay then, I want you to sort the cards into groups. Okay, good. Now, please tell me the name of the groups.
This is tools group. This is transportation group.
After client has done the first grouping and named the groups, examiner spreads the cards again and asks, now, is there any possible way to sort the card into groups? And please tell me the name of the group. This group are exactly the same with the group that you have met before. Look at the pictures carefully. Is there any pictures that belongs to another group? And please put them into a group. Okay, that's good. And please tell me the name of the group.
Tools for the building.
Mm-hmm.
Tools for the saving.
Mm-hmm.
Water transportation.
Mm-hmm.
Air transportation.
Subtest 21 Pictorial Sequence. Examiner presents client with 5 cards that represent a short story. The cards are laid out in the following order. Time is measured from the moment client begins to arrange the cards until he finishes.
Okay, now I will show you a few cards that contain pictures. Okay, please arrange the picture in sequence and tell me the story. Okay, look. See the cards in front of you and decide what happening in each cards. Tell me the story and use all the cards. Okay, the cards is not in correct order. Do you know why? Okay, let's tell me what do you see in this picture?
A man carrying a ladder.
Okay, a man carrying a ladder. Okay, how about this picture?
A man pick a apple. I meet a woman.
Okay, how about this picture?
A man offered an apple to a woman.
Okay, this picture?
A man pick an apple.
Okay, the last picture?
A man trying to climb the ladder.
Okay, good. Okay, please arrange in correct sequence.
Component H. Memory Part 2. Examine 20 minutes after Memory Part 1. 22. A famous personality. At the beginning of the test, I have showed you a picture of a famous personality. Can you remember his name? It was a picture of a former Prime Minister. Can you remember who it was?
Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad.
"23. A personal possession. At the beginning of the test, I took something from you and hid it. What was it? And where I hide it? I took some object from your hand. Try to remember what it was.
Oh, my watch.
Where I hide it?
There.
"24. Everyday objects. These are the things that the client should remember from memory part 1. Toothbrush, salt shaker, key, ring and candle. And this will disturb by 5 others objects. I will show you 10 objects one after the other. Please tell me which object that I have shown them to you previously or not.
Yes. No. 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 Yes. 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 No. No. Yes.